Welcome back. We're still with the former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I think part of that protest, there still seems to be some, some sort of, I don't want to use the word fear, when it comes to this protest matter. A lot of people did not show up, even though on Twitter, on social media, they expressed a lot of support. Do you think Nigerians are really ready to speak out against what apparently they face?
You see, when you sit down and you see Dasuki has been arrested and serial court orders disobeyed, Nnamdi Kalu is detained, serial court orders disobeyed, judges, their houses broken down at night, nothing happens about that. El Zakzaki is detained, serial court orders disobeyed, no charges against him. The Shiites, hundreds of them massacred in Zaria, buried in mass graves, nothing happens, nobody shows up. Southern Kaduna happening, Agato happening, lots of people killed and buried, and nothing happens. You can become afraid. And then they're saying, we will shoot you too if you show up. People are entitled to be frightened. And why should you be frightened of the government you put in place with your thumb? How do you want to make fear a directive principle of state policy? That is the question. This is a government Nigerians embraced. And we had the biggest political capital since Murtala Muhammad, really. And I do think it is important for us to remember that. And so, when people suggest that they're afraid, I do understand why people are afraid.
Do you think sort of maybe in this one Nigeria fight you stand alone?
I know I don't. I'm not going to give you evidence here, but I know I don't.
What about the
I know there are people inside government, inside the public service, inside NNPC, central bank, security services, who are very supportive. And there's a highly placed people in government. Because, and this is why I'm saying this
who are refusing to come out.
They can't come out. And I say this in honesty. Okay? Inside APC, inside PDP, inside ABGA. Okay? This is not about anti-Buhari or pro-Buhari. Let me repeat myself. Sometimes government also needs to know that it has the wind of public support behind very difficult political decisions that it must take. And this government must take some back-breaking political decisions, which it has not been able to take. And right now, I don't think it has the political capital to take because it's frittered away a lot of political capital. But it needs to know that if it is willing to do what it takes, Nigerians will support it and Nigerians will go out on the road for it. But it needs to make the case to Nigerians why Nigerians have to support it. And the person we elected, the only person in this country who has the mandate of all Nigerians is the president. No other person does. Governors have parochial mandates, senators do, legislators do. The president is the only person who brings, and he must be the person to go out and make the case to Nigerians. Come along with me. I will support you. I will lead you. These are the ideas. Now, what do we have? The ideas that brought the government into power have been retrenched. All the promises they have denied making. So, what's the deal? The manifesto commitments are no longer on the table. What is the new deal that binds the government to the people? That's what we want to hear.
Are we going to see more protests in future?
The government has until the 29th of May, when it's mandated to be 2 years old, to come to us with something. Look, I was on the streets as chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, appointed by the last administration. I was on the streets protesting against them. Okay? I marched against Goodluck Jonathan. I will march against Buhari if I have to. But I will not negotiate my citizenship. I will not negotiate my country.
Were you one of those who said the president should address Nigerians from the UK?
I don't care where he addresses Nigerians from. I don't like the idea that and this has been happening from day one. This is not from yesterday. I don't like the idea that when the president wants to talk to or about us, he's outside the country. And when he does it, he doesn't do it in a respectful manner. We did not elect him to undersell the country. Nigerians are very good people, irrespective of where we come from, by and large. We have people who may not be as good as others, but by and large, Nigerians are very good people. And I do think that the president is a principal market person, salesperson for our country. And he's got to talk about positives. The fact that Nigerians help one another, the fact that Nigerians are people of deep faith and enterprise, that we are very innovative, even when sometimes when we do the wrong things, that we're energetic and rambunctious, we have energy. And the fact that we've been through difficulties and we can overcome. Now, all of that, and the good Lord has blessed our country with terrific things. All of that, I think the president has got to talk up.
Professor Chidi Odinkalu, thank you very much for your time on Dateline
You're
Abuja.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
You.